Damn right. And you're gonna make a difference.
This one comes with a basic sort of digital package.
Hey, you can make money off my name, make it, okay?
You got the power to change lives, right?
Hello and welcome to the Barry J. McDonald podcast. If you're interested in creating your own digital product or just want to learn more, you're in the right place. Whether you're just starting out or have been working on your digital product for a while, we hope that our podcast will provide valuable insights and inspiration to help you on your journey. Take it away, Barry.
Hi, this is Barry here, and you are very, very welcome to today's podcast episode. Now, why should anyone pay attention to you? You know, maybe you're about to write a blog post, record a video, podcast, maybe create a digital product, and you've that doubt in the back of your mind. You know, who's going to read this blog post I'm about to write? Who's going to watch this video? Who's going to listen to this podcast? Why would anyone who's sane, actually give me money for a product that I make? And I'm here to tell you you're not the only one. We all have those self-doubts. We all have that little voice in the back of our head, and a lot of us have this imposter syndrome. Everybody else is better than we are. We don't match up. Why would anyone be interested in what we have to, write, record, give to the world? Why would anyone pay attention to us? I'm here to tell you that, many online business owners are filled with self-doubt and suffer from imposter syndrome. And that's all that really is. It's imposter syndrome. You're just kind of measuring yourself against someone else, and you're just not measuring up in your mind, and you're thinking, well, what's the point of me doing any of those things? But here's the truth. Your opinion, your advice, and your knowledge are needed online right now. And you have something unique to offer the world, and people are waiting for you. And if you don't show up today, well, the world's going to miss out on a fresh perspective, a fresh voice, a fresh solution to maybe a problem that you can solve. So if you feel right now, what's the point of me showing up? I'm going to give you a couple of points I want you to remember. I want you to drum these into your head. And the first thing I would say to you is that people right now need your help. That's right, your help. There are people out there right now who are struggling with the very problem you can solve. And by you sharing your knowledge and advice, you can make a real difference in their lives. Now, right now, you're probably thinking, well, I'm just a beginner. Who can I help? Well, you might think that you are at the bottom of the pile. But if you look behind you, there are people who are less experienced, less confident, would love to be where you are right now. So even though you think, well, I'm only solving small problems, you can make a big difference in someone's life. Maybe you can solve a problem for someone today who, would love to put videos on TikTok, but they just can't work how to use the app. They just don't know, well, what's the best way I should record a video? How do I upload it? What's this thing with hashtags? What do I need to do? Now, you might have that small bit of knowledge and think it's a small bit of knowledge, but right now somebody could be going to Google, somebody could be going to YouTube, somebody can be just looking for content that's going to help them with that small problem. And by you, solving a small problem in your mind could make a huge difference in someone's life. You could allow them to record those TikTok videos and do it confidently and know what they're doing. Again, it also reminds you that your voice matters. The world needs more voices. It needs more perspectives. It needs more new ways of solving problems. Now, you might think, well, there's nothing different about you. But you can be guaranteed that you have a different opinion of the people. You have different life experience. And the problem that you're going to solve, you're probably going to come at it from a new angle, and maybe a new angle that none of us have ever seen before. So your advice, your thoughts, your opinions, all of that really matters right now. Again, it also reminds you that you have a story to tell. Again, you're probably thinking, well, I'm just me. I don't have, there's nothing extraordinary about me. It's not like I've had a huge life that could be turned into a movie or whatever. But you do have a story to tell. Your personal story and the journey you're on right now can inspire and can motivate other people. And by you sharing your struggles and your triumphs, you can help others on their own path to success. Again, you're probably saying, well, my journey isn't too great and my triumphs haven't been too great so far. But even a small triumph can make a difference in someone's life. You know, if you write a blog post today and you tell someone, well, this is how I earned my first $100 online. Now you might think, well, what's $100 in the huge scheme of things? But right now there are people online who have never made any money online. And by reading your blog post, you can give them inspiration that, yeah, if she or he made $100 doing this, well then I'll give it a go. I should be able to do it too. And you can build people up by sharing your journey, sharing your successes, and again, sharing the mistakes you've made. You know, if you can help someone not make the same mistake you've made, you can make a huge difference in someone's life. So, you know, stop putting yourself down or stop doubting that your story doesn't matter or they can make a difference. Your personal story is your personal story. You know, no one else has the same life experience, has grown up with the same parents, have gone to the same school, have, you know, had a lot of life events happen to them. So you're not like everybody else. You are completely unique. So you have a story to tell, and tell that story. Now, you can also make a difference. You know, you might think, well, what big difference am I going to make? But as I said earlier on, if you can help someone record a TikTok video, you're going to make a huge difference in their life. And don't underestimate, you know, the power and influence you have. You know, you might think, well, it's only a blog post, or it's only a video, or it's only a podcast, or maybe it's only a digital product. But you don't know the difference it can make in someone's life. You know, back when I used to write fiction books, I used to look at my fiction books as, well, just fiction books. But sometimes I got maybe the odd review or got the odd comment back from a parent whose child had read my book and said, I can't believe, you know, that's the first book I got my child to read. I'm trying to get them to read and, you know, they were just so absorbed in your books. Or, you know, they love the book. And I even had one child one day get back to me and say, well, you know, going on the book you have written, I loved it so much that I said to myself, well, I'd like to be a writer too. And I'm already writing my first book. So to me, it was just a fiction book. But to other people, it made a huge difference in their life. Again, another child said to me one day that she had done a class project on my books. Again, I was totally blown away. So you don't know the difference you can make in someone's life. And if you don't show up today, well, you're not going to make a difference in those people's lives. And remember, you've got something to say. You've got a story to tell. You can inspire other people. So why should anyone pay attention to you? Well, I'm sure you can see by now that you're a lot more valuable than you think you are. Your life experiences, the problems you can solve, and the way you can solve those problems in unique ways maybe that none of us has ever done before. You're going to come up with unique content ideas. You're going to appeal to a certain group of people. You know, you might feel that maybe those experts and those people who are further along than you have all the audience. But sometimes we can't, those experts seem too far ahead of us, that, you know, they seem out of our league, and whatever they're talking about sometimes seems too much for us. Whereas you, at the level you're at right now, could be more approachable. You know, I could feel more confident reaching out to you and sending an email and having a conversation with you than that supposed big expert, because I'm afraid of what they're going to say, or they mightn't have time to get back to me because they've got so much work on. They're so busy, they've got such a huge following. Whereas it's a lot easier for me to reach out to someone who's lower down. So don't feel that because you're lower down that you can't make a huge difference. You can be more approachable. You've got time to give other people. And you can create content, you know, for a smaller audience that's going to appeal to that audience, where that huge expert has so many people, you know, that they just can't create content for every single person, can't get back to every email, and, you know, has maybe a team between you and them, that you can't actually get talking to them. But right now, I'm sure if we sent you an email, you'd probably respond to that email, or you'd respond to that blog comment, you know, whatever, because you're there, you're at that level. You haven't got too big yet. So sometimes getting too big can be a problem. So don't look at where you are as a disadvantage, or don't look at who you are as a disadvantage, because you are going to come to the internet today with your own unique thoughts, with your own problems that you can solve for us. And we're going to miss out if you don't show up today. You might think, well, who am I letting down? But you don't know who you're letting down. You don't know who could be just following along with you in the shadows, who, you know, isn't liking your posts or isn't sharing your content, but is there every day reading it. But if you don't show up today, well, Who are they going to go to? Who's going to solve that problem for them? Who's going to motivate them? Who's going to inspire them? You know, whose story are they going to read that's going to say, well, if he did it, I can do it too. So why should anyone pay attention to you? I'm sure there's a lot of reasons that you should be showing up today, because we do need you online today. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. If you're interested in learning more about how to create your own profitable digital course from scratch, we have a special report that we know you'll love. To pick up your copy of Piggyback Profits, How to Make Your First Profitable Course, go to writecome.com now. We'll see you in the next episode.